Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from Chris and Tammy here from coming to you live from Toronto, Canada. And it's an absolute pleasure to share this wonderful opportunity. And today we're going to share with you a little bit of information on the company, the product itself, and then we'll cover the income stream, the income opportunity you can generate with GotBackup, which is absolutely amazing. So I want to welcome here Bakshi. Welcome from Bangladesh. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I know we just added your country into our countries that were being represented, which is 161st country, so 161th country. Really cool. We have MC from Texas. Welcome, welcome. And all of you that are joining us, or maybe in the background here, we'd certainly love to hear from you. Welcome. Great to have you with us. So, Tammy, let's begin on how do we get introduced to Got Back Up?
Yeah, so first of all, I wanted to say welcome to everybody. And I know some of you are going to be joining as we present. Welcome, Diane, to the session today. And yeah, so Chris and I, we were introduced to Got Back Up little over 2 years now. And Joel, the owner of the Got Back Up project, his main company is called Global Virtual Opportunities, and he's created a lot of success in the online world selling marketing for businesses. And this project that he recently started, he shared it with Chris and I because he knows that we're professionals in the network marketing arena. We've been in the network marketing space for 27 years plus, and we've built a global business. So he contacted us just casually because we've been friends for so long, and he was telling us about the project. And when we saw what you're about to see today, we got super excited. We knew we couldn't miss it because everything is about timing, and we're going to talk about this throughout the presentation.
Absolutely. And one of the reasons why we were very excited about the opportunity is because we've built a community of friends from all over the world. And we know that inflation has caused such a building block for many, many, many people. And we saw the price point of getting involved. We got back up. And we also saw the fact that it's a tool that everyone needs. So, as you can see here in front of you, is empowering families with a global opportunity, and this is exactly what we saw. Tammy and I even wrote a book called The Freedom Formula: Breaking the Cycle of Poverty 1% at a time. But when you impact one person, and one person impacts 10 people, and then each of those 10 people impact 10 people, you understand what happens. This is what we're talking about with network marketing. We saw potential for massive growth and success, and we saw where people can really turn their dreams into reality. Looking at these pictures here, you see here the father kind of sharing off that brand new set of keys because they're moving into this brand new home where his beautiful daughters and wife are there and can benefit from the size, from the increased space to be able to grow their family. It's not something that you would like to do. Maybe that got backup could be this opportunity to add the other stream of income for you. What about traveling where you want to opposed to where you can afford to, or even being able to travel? What about adding new members to the family? We understand today, in light of again inflation and cost of living, adding a new family member, I don't know what Tammy the amount was, but I think it's in the millions when you start from an infant all the way up to adulthood, right? So of course it's compounding over the years, but my point here, folks, is it's today things are very, very expensive. And the last picture here, which is such an important aspect where Tammy and I are really focusing a lot of our energies there right now, is we're building our retirement plan. We want to make sure that once we stop working completely, that the income stream is always going to be there to sustain our lifestyle. We have properties in Florida, we have properties in Toronto. They're both waterfront properties. We love our life. We want to maintain our lifestyle regardless if I'm, you know, late 50s or early 80s. I want to be able to do what we want to do and not be limited by finances. So this is what this opportunity can bring to you.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to count on the system alone. And so we're all about helping average people build an above average lifestyle. And that's really what our big goal and dream was way back in the day. I remember those humble days where, at one point, you don't know if it's possible, but with hard work and
Consistency.
consistency, I mean, we've helped. countless of thousands of people worldwide achieve the things that they wanted to achieve in the network marketing space. And we're doing it right now with GotBackup. We're in great momentum. We're super excited. Everybody's on fire. And it's such an affordable product that everybody needs, which makes it so easy.
I totally agree. And again, welcome here, Diane. Great to see you here. Elizabeth, great to see you. Hey, Bill, how are you, buddy? And at the end of the day here, folks, the company began in 1997 in Gatineau, Quebec. This is where we met Joel. That was quite a
Way
while ago. And I
back.
remember using his services where it was my very first website, and I needed our server to host my website. It was a WordPress website, which is really interesting. All these years later, here I am again. If you go to chrisandtammy.com, that is actually a server. Let me rephrase that. It's actually the GVO server that Tammy talked about, one of the products of GVO, which is GotBackup is part of. And you can see an example of how we utilize the services. But at the time, I remember Joel was in Canada saying that there were so many customers coming on board that the fiber optic, this is kind of, think of the traffic on a superhighway. Think of a superhighway of 4 lanes, 2 going back forward, 2 going back to the opposite direction, and then turn around and multiply that by 8 lines on one side and 8 lines on the other side, like we may see in California, or well, the 401 doesn't have, yeah, actually the 401 has that in Toronto. The point here is there's a lot more traffic that can pass. So a lot more people can actually travel in a very reasonable time frame. This is what I mean by fiber optics. So I just want to give you a visual so you understand how significant that is. So he moved into Texas into a 10,000 square feet data center, which by the way, was just a big rectangle block empty that he built into what we have here today. So instead of me going on and on about this, let me get Joel, the CEO of our company, explain exactly what's going on behind the scene. Let's watch this together.
Hey guys, welcome to the corporate office of GotBackup. Now everybody wants to know, are we super secure? And how do we offer such an amazing service at such a low price? So this is in our tech room. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take you on a tour of our server room to show you just how secure it is, and we welcome you into the family. So let's go over to the server room. So the first thing I wanna explain to you guys is that we're fully PCI compliant. For physical PCI compliance, what does that mean? It means we're allowed to physically store credit cards in our data center because we're uber secure. So we've passed all the tests for that, and we're legally allowed to store credit cards and your storage. So one of the first requirements for PCI compliance is you have to have 2 coded doors before you get into your server room. We also, as a company, like to have fun, so we call it Area 51. So anyway, I'm gonna code this door with my back here so you guys can't see what the code is. Come in this way. This is a simple inventory room, guys. We build servers here and so forth. And then our second coded door is over here, okay? And so we have a coded door here as well to get into the server room. So here we are in the server room, guys. This is where all the magic happens. So couple of things people ask. Joel, how secure is my data, and could you ever lose our data? So as an example, let's come here. It's impossible to lose your data, and here's why. If you look at this storage array, and we have, hundreds of storage arrays in here, there's 14 hard drives across this storage array. 4 of these hard drives could fail, which statistically never happens, but let's say it did. 4 of these hard drives need to fail before we start to lose some data. But guess what? We're not going to lose any data because this is striped to here. This whole rack of hard drives here is copied here. Just the same here. All these hard drives here are copied here. So there's not a single point of failure relative to your data. There's also no single point of failure in the server room. As an example, there's A power and B power. Every server is plugged into A power. Every server is plugged into B power. Also, relative to cooling of this room, if you come over here, you'll see we have 1, 2, 3, 4 air conditioners in this server room. So the air is never going to be a problem. The other thing as well is we're very, very efficient. If you look up at the ceiling, let's come back over here, you'll see vents up there, and the cold air is strategically placed in front of the servers here, so it sucks in all the cold air, and it goes over into the hot aisle behind this wall here. So very, very efficient server room as well. And finally, if God forbid there was ever a fire in this room, we have here what's called a fire suppression system. What this system does, it's just a bunch of electronics behind here, but we can open it up, okay, is if, God forbid, there was a fire, and in 25 years there's never been a fire, but it will snuff out all the oxygen in this room. If there's no oxygen, then the fire goes out, right? So we don't use water to destroy the equipment. So that's the basics of the server room. Super, super secure and super redundant relative to your data. So the other aspect to security is we use the exact same security as Amazon, as Google, as all the big players, Microsoft. It's patented security, it's military grade, 256-bit encryption security. So your stuff is very...
And there's so much more to it in that. And the video, by the way, the rest of this video is available in your back office. I could point it out. And if you wanted the exact detail, just post it here in a comment and I will make sure I make reference to it. The point here, folks, back to presentation, there's two global trends that we want to talk about. And this is important. If you want to prepare for the future, or as an investor, or anything that you want to plan when it comes to, being part of the positive cash flow, is you need to follow trends. And there's indicators out there that will tell you that these are strong reasoning for why you should be focusing on what it is we're talking about at the moment. So let's focus on this, starting with the slide.
Yeah, and as you can see, there's almost 15 billion smartphones in the world today, which is a massive, massive growth potential because everybody is filling up their devices. And I think everybody pretty well, Chris, around the world have at least one device, if not two or three different devices. And we're living in a paperless world. That's the big thing. So look at the stats that Chris is going to share with you, how powerful it is.
Starting with this one over here, folks, even though it's a bit older, 2011 to 2023, look at the curve from 6% to 60%. This is pretty impressive from 2011 to 2023. Now, let's look at another slide a bit more up to date, where this is the income stream, the possibilities as to, these are indicators we're telling you about. Where do you want to focus your time and energy? And looking into the future. Where's the future going? Well, it's cloud storage. 90 billion in 2022, just a little over, and close to just under $500 billion in 2030. And I think that's quite conservative because today everybody's a cloud. Even my brother is in the accounting business, and everything is on the cloud. Everything. The fact here is our devices are very intelligent and more sophisticated, and they can't have that much information in them. They have to be stored somewhere else. And these devices are becoming portals to access all this data. So the income potential is crazy. Let's talk about a cell phone addiction.
Yeah. Yeah, we always say that everybody's got a cell phone addiction because everywhere you look, no matter where we are, when Chris and I are going for walks, everybody's got their head down and they're on their devices. And the truth is, we use our devices for absolutely everything. I mean, kids are doing it to connect with their friends, but there's a lot of people who are in business and everything is done on their devices. So it doesn't matter where we are. We're in business, which is phenomenal. We don't have to pay for a storefront. We don't have to pay anything. We just need a device to work.
I totally agree, Tammy. And data loss, growing concern, is unfortunately now something we need to look at because the more we rely on these devices, if we're not responsible with how we store our data, of course, these issues may occur. 45% cell phone users have accidentally damaged their cell phones or lost their data. Think about it, folks. You have 2-3 years of precious data, pictures, memories, videos, and it's gone. And there's no copies anywhere else other than in that device. Think about the drama this could cause. 5,700 screens are cracked every hour. Laptops, cell phones stolen every 43 seconds. That is a problem. Here's another issue that let's call it not an issue, but messages that are part of what we would consider an issue today.
Yeah, it's just going to prove that people are filling up their devices, right? So you're getting messages from your company saying that your storage is full, and people are getting these messages all the time. When I contact people that I personally know and we just reconnect, we always talk about stuff like this because I bring up the conversation and they're getting messages. So when I tell them about the Got Backup project and the value that we have, they're like, "Oh my gosh, send me your link." And so people are tired of getting these messages. And if you can have more value, which is what Got Backup offers compared to these companies, which Chris again is going to share with you, then people want value. In today's world, people are looking for more value.
I agree, Tammy. And there's two trends here. The second one is making more money. People are looking for ways to subsidize, to add, to be able to catch up with the cost of living. And the fact is, if I may focus on the American market here, 42% of Americans have side businesses. This is close to half. 62% of Gen Z, these are our children, which are actually getting older now, where 18 to 25 years of age, have side businesses. What about the rest of the world here, folks? This is what's going on. And the world is becoming a much smaller place today because it's a lot easier to communicate from someone from Bangladesh, for example, where I live here in Canada, where before that was not a possibility. You understand? So the world is most a lot more connected today compared to what it used to be. So you can leverage on these global trends with God Backup. That's what we're talking about here. So let's cover the product, Tammy.
Yeah, so Got Backup offers 6 terabytes of data storage. You can have up to 6 accounts sharing this storage. So one of your account, you can add 5 additional members, and you can even decide how much storage you want to give each family member, which is phenomenal. It's not divided up equally. You can choose, and then it's unlimited devices, and all of that for $10 a month. It's $9.97. We always say 10 to keep it simple. $10 a month, you guys. This is absolutely massive. When he told us this and the value, I couldn't believe it. Compared to the competitors, we give 3 times more value. Chris is going to show you that after. And then, of course, home-based business that pays you. That is the industry that we're very passionate about, is helping people generate extra income, whether part-time or full-time, and to have control of their lives. That's the big reason why we came in, is freedom, right? Is to choices, better choices in life.
And here's some of the objections that you may be getting from people that you're talking to, or even yourself is, well, I'm using iCloud, I'm using Dropbox, I'm using Google Drive. They're all within the $10 mark a month, within 2 terabytes. They all have that. Where God Backup is with the monthly fees here, here's how it is: $9.97, again, just shy of $10. You got 6 terabytes, not two, but six. Folks, that's 3 times the space. People charge quite a bit. You'll see in a minute for that. And the fact here is you can have unlimited amount of devices, all your tablets, PC, Mac, it's all connected to the cloud, and your phone becomes a portal to access all this information. Really, really cool. Here are the yearly packages. We're just shy of $100. Again, unbeatable value. iCloud, Dropbox, Google Drive is 360, 660, 216 within 6 terabytes. And the fact here, folks, is there's so much more. And just stick with us here. We'll tell you exactly what you're getting with all of this. So tell me, let's summarize what we have as a product.
Yeah, so 6 terabytes of storage, and it's $9.97 a month, and that includes up to 6 people on one account. And you have Android, iPhone users. You can, whatever devices you have, you can use. And of course, you saw the video. And if you miss the video, you can catch it. You can catch the recording here on the channel, and you can go back and look at it, or get back to the person who introduced you to today's session, and they'll share the video with you. It's very simple. And you can see on the bottom is the 30-day money back guarantee. And if you set everything up, I don't see anybody who would want to go back to paying less value and paying more. So it's such a solid business.
Absolutely. Now we're going to shift over the income opportunity, folks. This is the only cloud storage that will pay you. Again, folks, we are in what we call a blue ocean. There's a book written on that. Red ocean is where everybody's in it. Everybody has a piece of it, and it's really hard to be profitable because there's so many people into that particular aspect of doing business. In the cloud storage business, we are unique. And I assure you that it will not be like that forever because people are catching on the income possibilities here. So making money with GotBackup is absolutely awesome. Tammy, let's summarize that.
Yeah, so you can see there's 7 ways. We're going to really focus on the highlighted section because that's really the foundation of building. So, customer acquisition bonus is number one, and that's when people are interested in becoming members. They want to earn extra money and they want to have the value, right? So, if you sign somebody up and they come in monthly, which is the $9.97 a month, you're going to get 200% upfront. And that's the company's way of saying thank you for introducing people to the company, and 50% if they decide to go yearly. Most people go yearly, which is really great. 50 bucks a pop every time somebody comes in and sets up their session for a year at a time. And you'll see here there's a 2 months free when you do that. And then there's the 25% on all VIP packages. Anything that they're going to roll out in the future for a package, you're going to get 25%. Okay. And then on the bottom section, that's very small. It's 25% ongoing. If somebody just wants to be a customer, not everybody wants to build a business. I think a lot of people do in today's world to have some extra money, but not everybody, right? So build a customer base too. And you can see an example here. If you had 20 people that decided they want to come in on a monthly basis, then it's 200% upfront. So $20 on the $10 item. We're rounding it off, the $9.97 times 20 people. That's $400 in commission. And I know everybody could use money like that in today's world. And you're not limited the amount of people that you can bring in. And when it comes to customers, it's 25% ongoing. So if you can just switch a slide there, Chris. So if we round it off to the $10 item, 250 times 20 people, if you had 20 customers, and that's 50 bucks ongoing every single month. You can count on that with your active customers.
So what Tommy just shared with you here, this is if you're looking to make money very quickly, that's the way to go. And I really recommend to enroll people that are coming for the year package. It's a lot more profitable. In the same time, instead of being dinged on their credit card or their payment every single month, it's done once a year. And the fact is you're saving money because you're paying for 10 months instead of 12. So the yearly package, it's absolutely awesome. But my point here is you want to make money right now. This is paid very quickly. And they pay you weekly every Friday. Just right now, as I'm presenting to you, I just got a payment that was sent into my virtual account. So again, just food for thought. Now, what I'm going to share with you when it comes to 2, 3, and the rest of them, this is the back end. This is what happened as people come into your business. Excuse me, come into your business based on your efforts and the combined effort of your team. So building 2 team. The way this works here is there's only 2 places we can sponsor people, on your right team or your left team. This is what we call a 2-team tree. When you see indirect, it's someone that's above you. Just as you are sharing the same leg with the indirect underneath, you see a direct, a you sponsor that the indirect benefits from. Well, you can benefit from someone above you. Okay. And this is what goes unlimited. So what happens over here is we call that the cycle bonus. That's number 2. They are 2 tiers, tier 1, tier 2. Tier 2 is 3 times the amount of tier 1. Really awesome. So here's how it works. You need to be active, just like you're active with your Netflix, Amazon Prime, or Disney Plus, whatever monthly service you pay for, whatever it is that you are utilizing. It's as simple as that. Number 2, this is where the work begins. You know, Tammy, number 1 was telling you to sponsor people. You get paid the faster commission, we call it, the CAB, customer acquisition bonus. Well, the moment you've done that twice, now you sponsor 1% on your left and you sponsor 1% on your right. When that happens, you've just basically completed step number 2. Step number 3 is the company is looking for a total of 6 members, which can come from your sponsorship or from the 2 people you brought in that they brought in also, and that's duplicating, or people above you sharing the same leg as you do. When that occurs, that 6 members, 4 on one side, 2 on the other side, the moment this occurred, boom, a cycle occurs. The next question you have, well, how much is a cycle? Well, it's based on the company's monthly profitability. And as mentioned earlier, your rank, which will determine if you're in tier 1 or tier 2. So the question is how many members you want in your team by duplicating this. Again, remember, Dropbox has 700 million users. No, I'm not saying you're going to have 700 million people in your team. My point here is understand the potential of growth when it comes to the amount of cycles you can earn. Over and above that, number 3 is what we call cycle match. Cycle match is every time you bring these people, I mentioned one on the left, one on the right. Well, you can bring 15, 100, 200, 1,000 people if you want. Some people have done that and way more. My point in saying is every time these people create a cycle income, you have the potential to earn as from a Sapphire and above, which these are the ranks I'm telling you about, 25% from their cycles. If you sponsor me and I cycle 100 times, that's 25 cycles. Whatever the value of a cycle is, that will be compounding from your income on your cycles. And that occurs not just for one person, but every single person you personally bring in up to $1,000 on the Sapphire. As you move up to Black Diamond, you can earn up to $20,000. So if you sponsor someone who's absolutely building this business like there's no tomorrow, and their income is quite high because they're cycling a lot, you can earn up to $20,000 for every single person you bring in. I'm not saying selling you pies on the sky here. I'm explaining you that the limits are quite high and quite substantial if you understand the power of what we're talking about here. And the other ways you earn an income, these are just other bonuses that are kicking in as you move up in rank. You mentioned as a goal, you start benefiting on generation bonus. And above that is dynamic compression bonus. And some of you may not know what that means. You just get more bonuses as you move up in rank. Okay. So in moving up forward here, Tammy, let's explain to folks that are listening. Okay. What do they need to do to build a system, to build this business?
Yeah, Chris was sharing a little bit when he was showing you the two team structure. So when you sign up, the first goal is to get two people. So you want to put one person on the left and one person on the right, which is what Chris is sharing. And that once people have the two, they're a copper. And Chris is going to show you that on the chart. And the whole thing for us is to duplicate copper. So go back and get a couple more people, and then you duplicate this process with your organization. And one thing that we've learned in all of the years that we've built and went to the top of the company is if you keep it simple, then it'll duplicate. Because people are busy in today's world. It's got to be simple and it's got to be duplicatable. And it's $20 fee. That's an annual fee to have your membership to earn income. Plus, it's $9.97 a month or $99 for the year. As you can see, the year is highlighted because most people are coming in. They want to save a couple months of payments. And it's just that one set and forget, right? Pay for the year, done.
Yeah, absolutely. And the year package is a much better strategy because again, it's a lot, instead of people having to qualifying every single month, it's done once a year. Really, really, really awesome. And here's the exciting here, Bangladesh, Bakshi, great to see your country right here. It's 161 countries. And I believe we have 192 or 95 countries around the world. We're just about to be in every single countries worldwide. So folks, that is exciting, folks. The representation that we have around the world is important. Recognizing achievement is so important. As I always say, BBs cry for it, adults die for it. It is so important you understand that. And this is a ladder of success here. You can see bronze. A bronze is something that occurs to you. It's a rank that occurs to you when you sponsor one person. As a copper, that's when you have two people. Again, we're just repeating the process is one on the left side, one on the right side. Boom, you are a bronze. You become a silver when someone you sponsored or from someone that you sponsored that they've sponsored, maybe they didn't qualify, but someone they sponsored did. That means that someone became a copper. So that means they did one on the left, one on the right. You are a silver. You see how we move up in rank is duplication. As a gold, now you need to bring 4 more people. So in other words, you need to bring 3 more people, which is a total of 5 people in your business. Okay. And out of those 5 people, 3 of them have to become copper. It may not be the one you brought in, as long as it's brought in by someone you brought in. 3 coppers, boom, you are a gold. Now you start getting the other bonuses, number 4, that we're telling you about. Okay. As a platinum, this is very important because as a platinum, instead of 3 coppers, now there's 4. You see, they're not asking you for a lot here. 4 people that decide to bring 2 people. into your business that deviates from someone you brought in or based on the person you brought in. And it's a total of 40 people on your team. When that occurs, now you start moving on from tier 1 to tier 2. Remember, tier 2 is 3 times the amount of tier 1. So you're making 3 times the amount of money and your cycle bonuses now just by moving up to a platinum. Now, as a sapphire, this is a very important rank also because now you sponsored 10 people into you. By the way, as a platinum, you have to sponsor 10 people. Okay. As a sapphire, we're talking about the exact same 10 people, but this time 5 people became copper. Again, it doesn't have to be the one you bring in as long as it deviates from one of them. And there's a total of 50 people on your team. Now you start earning a matching cycle from every single person you bring into the business. Do you understand how this works? And as an emerald, you start increasing the bonuses and the percentage and everything else all the way up to black diamond. Okay, so once you reach the sapphire, you kind of qualify for almost every single bonuses. But as an emerald, it expands a bit more. This is where it becomes very, very interesting. Let's talk about a support, Tammy.
Yeah, there's so much support. You've got a personalized referral link. You've got a personalized landing page. You've got email marketing system that is built in, which absolutely blew our minds because Chris has been paying for other companies just for email marketing system. It's quite a bit of money. And this is built in for you right in your back office, and you can actually pay if you chose to pay to have the email marketing system done for you, so you don't have to do the work. And so there's marketing tools available. They're always expanding on that, always creating new funnels, which is super exciting. Chris is going to show you at the end. Regular online presentations. There's company presentations on the company YouTube channel, which is Global Virtual Opportunities. Chris and I do them on Wednesday nights, and we bring in Joel, the owner of the company, from time to time and guests. And we do our regular presentation every single Friday at 11 a.m., as you can see, our time, Eastern time. And there's presentations that are going on with different team members, different languages all over the world right now. So that you've got lots to leverage from. And of course, training, same thing. You've got lots of team trainings to leverage from, but you also in different languages. And you also have the company, which is every single Saturday morning. And Chris and I volunteered to do those to help people get started right, because that's the most important thing. When you get started right, then you're going into momentum. So we
As a matter of fact,
yeah.
Yeah, this Saturday, we're going to be doing a training on Back Office 101. Just again, there's a lot of new people coming on board, and we kind of cycle through these trainings. So you don't want to miss Saturday's training. It'll be absolutely awesome. Folks, again, to summarize, we have a product that everyone needs and a business that everyone can afford. Folks, listen, if you're looking at this for the very first time, go to GotBackupLive.com. The affiliate link that you click on to join us here will actually recognize who sponsored you based on the invitation. If you don't have someone, you just found this link out of the blue, just send us a message on our comments here in the GotBackup channel, the GBU channel, and then we'll make sure that we get back to you with some answers and everything else. And just so I can share with you my computer here, folks, let me just kind of remove this screen for a minute. This is my back office. This is what it looks like for you. You can see here your rank is going to be right over here. This is if you need support. You click on that, you go through the process. We have trainings on all of these things. I just want to focus on those 2 links. But before we do that, I want you guys to know that there's a cash contest, which, by the way, if you go to my business, you can see here how many days are left. And there's the 10 top producers in a company. You can see them over here. These are the top 10 over here. Okay. So we have a few Ghanaians over here, which is awesome. A few Americans. I don't remember this flag here, but actually, welcome. Great to have you here. And I think David is also either Canadian or American. The point here is you can see here that these folks are constantly building their businesses. So that's what's on the line right now on the list. Now, here's what I want to focus on. This is if you click on the this over here that use this tool. Okay. Now, today I didn't play the video, folks, but the video are very, very simple. If you click on watch your installation video for your computer, that will do a complete backup of your computer from A to Z. This one over here are the video how to install your phone device to the cloud, which is really, 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 really simple. When you click these buttons, it just takes you to the Apple Store or the Google Play Store, and you just go through the process of installing these apps, and then you just put your ID and your password that you created when you started your account with GotBackup, and you're all set. The other thing here, if you click on the auto login over here, the auto login will take you to your cloud, which, by the way, you don't have to log in to go to your cloud. You just type in here GBU cloud. You can see here. And of course, it's not asking me for my ID and password because it's already done. I have 3 computers backed up. This one over here is that computer. That's a PC. You can see the icon over here. That is a PC. I can delete that, or I just want to keep increasing it. Okay. Very simple. There hasn't been any changes on this since July 14th. Really straightforward. Now, this over here is a computer that is backed up in Florida, and we left Florida on the 30th. So that's the reason why that one here says the 29th. That's when I shut down the computer, but everything is backed up to here. This computer over here is 1.37 terabytes. The reason why is also I upload a lot of videos and trainings. I'll show you in a moment. And you don't see this right now, but what's going to happen is when you click on this show files, it's going to show you, this is my computer. Okay. If I want to go to my specific files, I can go over here, and these are all my files, my library, everything is backed up over here. This is my computer. Okay. So just want to share that with you. Right now, you won't see this button, but it's coming very, very soon. Now, I want to show you what's going on with your mobile device. So my phone is backed up. If I had an Android device, it would say Android upload. I have an iPhone, so it says iPhone upload. If I double click on this, it shows you all the directories of the yearly backup. If I go in 2024, this is a full 12 calendar month. You can see from January to December. All my pictures, videos are here. Okay, that doesn't back up emails or anything like that. It backs up all your pictures, all your videos in here. If I go to 2025, any one of you who's been following us, we started from the year. It used to be one directory. February, another one. March, April, May, June, July. That's because it's automatically done. Whenever I take a picture on my phone, it's automatically uploading it. Really, really cool. Now, I want to go into the collaborate and share. The collaborate and share is where you can drag and drop some files. I'll give you an example here. This is my MacBook Pro here. And just recently, Tammy and I are creating courses. And the most recent one is called Emotional Intelligence. And when we did here is, this is a project over here. And what I did is I uploaded all those videos over here. These are segments of all the videos that are part of a course that we're putting together. So that was done just recently, right? So these were drag and drop from my external drive right into the cloud. It's not even on my computer because I don't want to clog up my computer with too many files. You see, folks, there's so many practical things that you can do here with all of that. Absolutely awesome. So let me get rid of these right now to avoid a little bit of clutter here. Okay, we got rid of that. So the last one I'm going to share with you is reseller tools. This is what you need to build your business. When we say there's so much more than a cloud storage, that's what we're talking about here. If you click on that and you click on the reseller to English, French, Italian, or Spanish, well, the English will take you here. And these are funnels where Tammy was mentioned earlier. This could cost you $200 more a month to have a third-party company for you to prepare these funnels. Not only the funnel, but you also need an email responder for people to get a response whenever they opt in. So maybe that's a little technical for you, but you see, you don't need to know any of this stuff because GotBackups handles all of this for you. So this one here is someone wants to sign up. Someone wants to sign up right away. Okay, you send them that link. This is someone that doesn't know what's going on. That's a bit of an older version. I'm going to suggest you a better one here. These one over here on the right, these are for solo ads, right? There's no videos here because you probably had a video that have got someone to click the link, and all you want at this point is their name and their email so you can start collaborating with them through your autoresponder. Again, don't worry about this if you don't know what that means. It's all integrated into GotBackup. That's another version of it. Now, this one over here, these two, this is more on the opportunity. This one more is more on the product. And this is a 7-day trial. If someone click on that, they'll be provided a small little back office to install the software I was sharing with you earlier, to install your computer backup, your cell phone backup, and it will invite people to start their backing up system, and it will work. It'll be active for 7 days. Okay. And then it'll receive emails from there for them to encourage them to activate. These two here are the last most recent funnels created. This one here, if you're dealing with someone that's very skeptical on the network marketing arena, they really don't believe in this industry, this is a really good one here that you can use. When you click on that, I'll share with you some pictures and everything else. And when they log in, again, it's completely free. When they put their name and email, they'll have access to log in into this account. And as they log into this account, then there's other videos that explains the industry, the product, and all the benefits that are here. This one here is the most recent one that was created. And I suggest that if you're a member here today, just click on all of those and familiarize yourself, and even try to create an account by enrolling yourself to see exactly what you get. Okay. So this here is absolutely awesome. So I just wanted you to be aware of everything that comes with this package, folks. And there's so much more to this. And I really recommend for you to show up tomorrow morning, and so you can get a better idea. At this point, folks, if you are new and you're considering wanting to do a business, go to GotBackupLive.com if you received an affiliate link from someone. If you didn't, and you just came here out of the blue because you saw this channel, I recommend that you leave a quick message into the channel, or just click the link that's in the what do you call it? The invitation, the bio section. Thank you, Tammy. And at that point, we'll give you more information. Okay. Really, really, really straight here, folks. And at the end of the day, it's a wonderful opportunity for you to create a wonderful stream of income with a service that everyone needs, a price point that everybody can afford. There is no discrimination in any way, shape, or form based on the amount of money involved. And there's so many ways that people can actually get involved. Okay. So at this point, Tammy, we'll end on this note. Is there anything else we're going to share as we end?
Yeah, if you haven't made a decision yet to jump on board, just jump on board. The learning process is as you start, getting in and getting comfortable with the information. Like I said, every Saturday we do trainings. We always make sure that people are informed, and we're going to share Saturday also many benefits of why you want to be part of GotBackup, so you can take this content and you can share it with your links with everybody, and it just helps you build a business.
Beautiful. Well, folks, listen, have yourself a wonderful rest of your weekend. Hopefully we'll see you on Saturday. And if you're a brand new person, a brand new member here, just enroll, get back with the person who invited you here today so you can know exactly what to do next. Have yourself a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. And bye for now.
Have a great rest of your day.